This is my 2016 Toyota Tacoma, and in this video I wanted to talk about one of my favorite features on the car. Now that is the tonneau cover, and it's actually not a stock option. It's an OEM added feature that you can get on the Tacoma, and I want to talk about it because it's been one of my favorite things about the car since I bought it. Now my last Tacoma had a canopy on the top, which was great as well. When I was getting this truck, I was actually kind of on the fence about whether or not I wanted a canopy. I love the additional space that you got with a canopy, but I don't love the fact that if you've got a tall object like a fridge, you're not going to be able to put that in very easily with the canopy. You're going to have to take the canopy off every time you want to transport something large like that. It's kind of a nice in-between where you've got the ability to lock the bed of the truck, keep items secure, dry inside, but you also have the ability to easily remove it or open it up to get taller objects. And then the other thing that I really like about it is that it maintains a little bit more of that truck look. It looks less like an SUV, which you sometimes get when you add a canopy onto a pickup. And so it's a pretty nice feature, and just want to talk about the functionality of it a little bit. Now I mentioned that this is an OEM cover, which means it's really nice quality. It's probably going to run you about $850 to get one. You can also find them used. Craigslist is a good place to look if you want to get one a little bit cheaper, because there's a lot of people that will buy the vehicle secondhand, not be too crazy about the cover, and so there's definitely opportunities to get one out there for less than that. It's actually quite heavy duty. A lot of these covers are more of just like a canvas that you can roll across. This one is really heavy and also heavy duty, and so it's nice because it's not going to dent, it's not going to cave in, and it provides a really nice waterproof barrier to keep the bed dry. Now, one of the things I'm not crazy about with the Tacoma is that you have a different key for the vehicle than you've got for the bed of the truck. And so we've got the valet key here, because this has got push button start. So you've got your valet key that you can use to open the doors as well as the bed. And then you've got this key with this guy inside, which will not open the bed. And so anytime that I want to open the bed, I've got to use this key. I can't use this one. But what I wanted to get to with that is that it's nice that the cover allows you to lock it. So as long as this is closed, then you can lock the bed here and you have a secure space to store things. And so it's a pretty nice capability to have there. And then the way that this works is there's a handle right here. So you can pull that little guy and it will release this. Now it's a trifold, which means there's 3 sections to the cover. Unfortunately, one thing I'm not crazy about with this cover is sometimes you might have an object that would need to fit right here. Like sometimes if I throw my mountain bike in, I can lay it in and have the handlebars sticking up right here, and I wouldn't necessarily need to open this all the way. But if you don't open it the entire way, this is just kind of sitting here. There's no way to secure it at this point, and so if you're driving down the highway, and this has happened to me, this will fly up from the wind and then come crashing down like that, resting on whatever object you've got in there. And so basically you either need to have the cover closed or you need to have it open all the way. Now, just like we had that first handle to get the first section open, there's another handle right here that we can open, and then it's open the full amount. This little clip right here comes and clips down on this side. You've got one on the other side that will keep it from opening up when you're driving along. So the cover only gives you 2/3 capacity to the bed if you have taller objects. And so, you know, it's good and bad. In most cases, you're probably going to be fine just with this amount of capacity. And like I mentioned, it's pretty easy to take the entire cover off. So we'll get to that in just a moment. But yeah, that's kind of how it works. Pretty easy to use. And then likewise, to close it again, this little guy right here will clip into place, and so you'll hear that double click, and then on this side, and then you just kind of push down on each side and it locks into place. So pretty easy to use. And then I'll give you a quick demonstration of how to remove the bed cover as well. Okay, so to remove the bed cover, you're going to need a 12mm socket, and this little flap opens up, and you've got one screw that's in here. And this just kind of locks it into place. Just like I showed you where there's those little clamps along here, those will snap into place, and so it's pretty well secure with just that. This gives it just a little bit more I don't know, gives you a little more assurance that it's in there good. So now that we got that screw undone, I'm gonna open up the bed again, swing this guy once, twice, and then we're gonna take these little clips and we're gonna snap those into place on both sides, and that's just to keep it together so that when we take it out entirely, it doesn't swing open. So then there's one more clip down on this side, just like the other two, and I can lift that up and it'll detach the entire cover, and then you can take the cover off. Then you've got full capacity within the bed, and so it's pretty easy to remove. This guy is pretty heavy. If I was gonna guess, I'd say it's probably 100 pounds. So, you know, it's a little bit difficult to move for that reason, but it's also nice because you know that it's really heavy duty, not gonna dent too easily, and should be durable for the long haul. So now that we've got it back on, we'll just swing it closed again, make sure that we hear that double click, one on each side with each portion. Close the bed. And then back to here, we'll just take this screw it back into place. And we're good. So you can see it's a pretty useful feature. It's nice to be able to keep objects in here, keep them very dry. You can see looking at the cover that it's got ice and everything from just kind of moisture overnight. You look inside the bed, it's completely dry in there. So it's pretty nice to be able to put things in there and know that they're going to stay dry. And it's just a really useful feature to be able to keep things in there, but then also have the ability to easily open it, put taller objects in. And then, like I said, I like the fact that it maintains that look of a truck a little bit more too. Sometimes putting that canopy on, it ends up looking more like an SUV. And so it's just kind of an overview of the tonneau cover for the 2016 Toyota Tacoma. If you've got any comments or questions, leave them in the section below. For more videos on the 2016 Tacoma, subscribe to my channel. In the meantime, thanks for watching.